So first of all, I want to explain you whatever happened here. The rabbis tell us that every firstborn is special. He's so special that you're going to say it's not fair, but according to the law of Torah, the firstborn, if chaz v'shalom, the father and the mother after they die, they have money, so the money goes to the kids, right? Yerusha. The firstborn has to get multiplied of everybody else. He has to get more. Double. Why? It seems like not fair. Why? Because he's the firstborn? Because he has something genetic? He was the first one, so he says he's going to get more? So I'll tell you a secret. We see we have a lot of mitzvot in Torah that has to do with the firstborn. First of all, we have the mitzvah of Pidyon HaBen, like we did today. We have in Pesach, for example, before Pesach, the day before Pesach, all the firstborns, they fast. They have to fast that day. When they eat the matzah, they are very hungry, usually. They can make themselves not fasting by doing, to go to an event like a Brit Milah and to eat a meal there. They can cancel that fasting. Or to do Siyum Masechet, if they finished, or somebody finished a whole book of Talmud, which is Gemara, and you are there and you participate and you understand what he's saying there, you can also eat. Yeah, this is details.
Not on Yom Kippur.
Before Pesach, I'm saying. And only the firstborn fasting. What?
How long? 24?
Shavuot lo.
That day or 24 hours before?
If there's a fast on there doing it.
Yeah, so we see that the firstborn has so much different stuff from others. And the question is why? What's so special about him? Why he has to do Pidyon HaBen and not others? So Chachamim tell us that the neshama of the firstborn is a little bit bigger, is special. And because the neshama, the soul of the firstborn is special, the bad spirits, the bad powers in the world, we call them Sitra Achra or evil, Satan, yeah? He wants to get closer to him. He wants to damage him more than others because he has a big soul. He has a special soul. That's why a firstborn, according to Kabbalah, is going to have more Yetzer Hara, more desires to do bad. But he has a big potential. One of the things that we reduce his desire to do bad more than others is by doing Pidyon HaBen. You're going to feel you're going to have less Yetzer Hara. Yeah? And you can see it. Firstborns, those people, usually was the biggest leaders, yeah? The holy leaders and the bad leaders. Like Paro, yeah? All those people were firstborn. Paro was a firstborn. They have a big power. They have a big Yetzer Hara, big desire to do bad. But from the other side, it's not because they are bad. It's because they are very holy, and the bad spirits wants to catch them more. Why? Because we have good energies in the world and bad energies in the world. And we have holiness and something that is holy, something that is not holy, pure and impure. Everything that is impure has to get life from somewhere, right? Has to get energy from somewhere. We know we get energy only from positive stuff. The energy in the world is called plus, positive, from God, because God is positive. So how does the bad things in the world get energy from, and they leave? From what? So they take energy from the holiness. That's why you can see a lot of times in Judaism weird stuff. Like, for example, you wake up in the morning, you do Netilat Yadayim. What is Netilat Yadayim? Why you don't do Netilat Raglayim? Wash your legs, wash your ears, wash your mouth, whatever. Why only the hands? What's so special about the hands? No, it's impure. It's impure. Why it's impure? What make it impure when you go to sleep? So Chachamim tell us that there is a little bit, whatever we see in the world, we see physical stuff. But really, there is spiritual stuff also that our eye cannot see. There is a way to see it, by the way. The Talmud says, the Gemara in Masechet Brachot says that you can do some stuff and you can see stuff. And we checked it one time when I just became into Judaism. So I wanted to try the rabbis, you know. The rabbi says something, and I said, okay, who says it's right? Let's try them. So what I did experiments. They said that if you want to see all the spirits, that they are alive, the bad ones, mezikim it's called, what you should do is when you go to sleep, yeah, you put efer menupe. It's a kind of
Salt.
it's not salt. Efer menupe, it's dust. No, not dust. Like ashes. Yeah, but very, very clean ashes. And you put them beside your bed at night, and don't get nobody to get to your bed, and go to sleep before midnight. Now, when you go to sleep, and before midnight, this is a time of those bad spirits. This is their time. If you go to sleep before that, so your soul goes up, and they can go closer to you. Where they can go closer to you, where they usually go, in your hands. Why in your hands? Because in your hands you have your tziporen, your nails. The nails, this is something that Adam Arishon, the first person in the world that God created, had. All his body was from nail. That's what we said. All his body was from tziporen, from nail. Now this nail was very holy. The nail has a very, very holy energy. And because he sinned, he made a sin, so Kadosh Baruch Hu, God, made like this, that he's going to have body like skin today, like the animals. And what was left is, we got a little bit left from Adam Arishon, from the first person, Adam, in our hands and legs. This is a very holy thing. But because it's so holy, when we grew them a little bit, so those bad spirits, those bad energies want to take holiness from you, for them to leave. And where they go? To the most holy, to the best holy place, which is the nails. That's why when you go to sleep, which is night is their time. They are more dominant at that time. So they want to take from your holiness a little bit to them. So they come to your hands. What do you do in the morning? You have to take them out. How you take them out? Water. Water has a big energy that takes out all those bad spirits. That's what we do Netilat Yadayim. So there's a lot of stuff in Judaism you don't understand. Same thing is with Bechor. Same thing is with Pidyon Haben. When a firstborn comes to the world, he has a special soul. He has a big potential. And that's why he is shayach to the Kohen. He is Bet HaMikdash. The Kohen, what we brought the Kohen here? You was not your moms and dads. The Kohen, he is like your father. Before Pidyon Haben, he can do whatever he wants with you. You know why? Because the firstborn has a very holy neshama. He's special. When he is born, he is automatically dedicated to the temple, to the Bet HaMikdash, to the Kohanim, to help them, to do spiritual stuff. Before there was Kohanim in the world, the Bechorim, the firstborn, was the Kohanim. They were the Kohanim, they were the Bechirim, those HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose, the firstborn. That's why you see Yaakov and Esav were fighting on being the firstborn. They were twins. But Esav was the first one, and then Yaakov wanted to be, and he was holding on his heel, and he came with him. Somebody once told me that one of the reasons Yaakov did that, why Yaakov was, usually twins when they're born, so you have the first one, and after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the other one comes up. What happened with Yaakov and Esav came, and Yaakov wanted to go before him, like his soul wanted to go. Yeah, he was a baby. His soul wanted to go, so he was holding on his heel, and they came together in one time. So one time somebody told me, Yaakov was such a tzaddik even in the womb of his mother. He didn't want his mom to suffer twice. When the baby gets out, so the mom suffers. And if she has to wait another 15 minutes, another to suffer again. Yaakov says, no, I'm not going to do it, Mutumah. His soul said to himself, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. One time she's suffering for us, that's it. He held him, and in one time they got inside. Kibud Orim. By the way, to Kibud Orim, to respect our mother and father, Chachamim says this is the most difficult mitzvah in all the Torah. Most difficult. And everybody, like there is no such a thing, there is not such a thing that somebody completed that mitzvah in this world. And you know who was the best one in this mitzvah? Esav. Esav, which was not a tzaddik, he was a rasha, he was a bad guy. He did a lot of sins. He had one thing that he did the best. He was respecting his father. But he was respecting him like crazy. He was doing everything for his father. The Gemara says, the rabbi says, there was not one person even in the world during all the history that respected his father more than Esav.
But in the end,
of course, in the end, it was a little bit. He fell, but really, he was the best one. Everybody is agree with this. That's why this mitzvah. By the way, this mitzvah that can give you a lot of shefa, good stuff in this world, because one of the mitzvot that God said that you get the reward in this world is by respecting your father and mother. I tell you, my grandmother, she got married when she was 30 or 32. Now she lived in Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan, after 21, you're considered as old.
For marriage.
Yeah, that's how they live. It's very old. Yeah. Now she got married to my grandfather, and my grandfather was 8 years younger than her. It was like insane. People said, "How come?" In their time, it was mamash unacceptable.
She was beautiful.
She was, of course, she was. But why she didn't get married until 30 years old? Why? You know why? She had a blind mother. And nobody could stay with her mother. She was the only one, because everybody got married, and she was the youngest, I think. Or she stayed with her mother. You have to help her. She cannot see. Somebody has to watch her. She was old. Now in Uzbekistan there was a custom that every person that wants to get married to a woman, it's already everybody understand that the women has to go to the place where the man lives. Yeah? Now back then, my grandmother lived in a place that there is no so much Jews there. It was a little bit, there was a community. Most of the people that wanted to get married to her were from other cities or from other places. Now my grandmother said, if you want to get married to me, you come to my mom's house and we live there. That was her condition. So nobody wanted to get married to her. And she didn't care about herself. She said, I have a mom. I have to respect her. I don't care about marriage. I have a mom. Until 30 years old. And I know for sure that my grandmother now she's 88 years old. And she's strong. And God will give her a long life. You know why He's going to give her a long life?
Took care of her mother.
I'm sure that He's going to give her a long life. Because she took care of her mother.
I have a question.
Yeah.
A father that doesn't raise his child, which kind of mitzvah the child can do for her?
A father that didn't raise?
He didn't raise the child.
Okay. And he died?
No, he was alive. But the child, he knows him, but he didn't grow up with him. So it's mitzvah he has to.
Oh, so the rabbis tell us in the books, in the halakha and in the Kabbalah also, they say that even though your father didn't raise you, but he is the biological father of you,
yeah,
you still have the same obligation to respect him as your father. Even though he was not with you, he like through with your mother, and he went to another place, didn't give you money, didn't give you nothing. You still have to. He's the biological father. You still have to respect him.
You don't have to respect your kids. Is there a mitzvah to respect your own?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there is.
You don't have a mitzvah to respect your kids. You have a mitzvah to take care of your kids.
Right.
Yeah, but to respect, you know what respect means? I'll tell you one of the halachot in the Torah that says what respect means. When your father comes home, you have to stand up. Who does it today? This is respect. Yeah? If your father sits in a chair, and this is his chair, or your mother, doesn't matter, mother and father is the same. Your mother, your father, they have their chair at home. So, you're not allowed to sit in that chair, unless he's okay with this. You're not allowed to sit in that chair. Your mother and father has a bed. Dear bed. You're not allowed to sleep on the bed. They go to a vacation in the Caribbean. 1 week you say, I like my mom's, my mom's bed. This is a bed, like $10,000. Like mine is like $5. Hashem Yishmor what they bought to me. I want to go to them. Give me a week to enjoy. No. Not allowed to. Why? It's not respect. This is theirs. Give them their respect. Don't get there. Unless they say, I don't care, don't do that. A father that says, or a mother that says, you know what, I don't care about, you don't have to stand. Don't stand. So that's okay, don't stand. But if they didn't tell you nothing, and they like it. Because they want. Every father wants, I did everything for you. Millions of dollars I gave you. I want something, do for me. Yeah, that's what they feel. Yeah, but there are some anavim, there are some very, very humble fathers and mothers. Say, no, don't stand, I don't want, So, if they say no, so no. But the mitzvah of kibud horim, it's the best. I'll tell you something interesting. There was one time in a plane in Israel. So in a plane, there was, I think to New York, there was a flight, and two people, big people in Israel, sat one beside the other in the plane. Business class, you said one with... Who was it? The chief rabbi of Israel. It was a lot of years ago. The chief rabbi of Israel, back then, and the minister of education of Israel. Very important. Minister of education. Sitting one beside that. Now, the minister of education, not religious, is education, but is a secular Jew. The rabbi is the rabbi. Now, in the plane, they sit, they get food, they get everything. Every 10 minutes, one of the kids of the... Now, all the families went. Every 10 minutes, one of the kids of the rabbi come to him. Abba, father, do you need something? Maybe I should give this to you. You want to put the tefillin now? You want like more food, something to drink? You want me to help you to go to the work? Every 10 minutes. Now the minister of education in Israel got crazy. Like his son is sitting there doing something in the iPhone. I don't know. And then he told to the rabbi and he said, you know what? We sit one close to the other, but our ideas is one very far from the other. Our lives. But I want to tell one thing, that you won us. Like you, the religious one. You won us. You're better than us in this. Respecting father and mother. Mamash, I see your kids. It's amazing. How did you do that? You know what I told him? Very simple. He said, listen, in Torah, we have a rule. The rule is like this. Im rishonim kemalachim, anachnu kebnei adam. Ve'im rishonim kebnei adam, anachnu kechamorim, ve'lo kechamoro shel Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair. Explanation. If those generations that were before us, we consider them as angels, we are human beings. And if this generation that was before us, our fathers, our grandfathers, if we consider them as human beings, we are donkeys. It's a frame in the Torah. And not like the donkey of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair. That this was a special donkey. The donkey of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, he was very smart donkey. Why? Because there is a mitzvah in the Torah that's called Maaser. Maaser is to give 10% of everything that you have in your garden. Let's say you grew cucumbers, so let's say you have 100 of them, so you take automatically 10% of those 100, you give to the temple, to the Kohen, and to the Levi. It's a mitzvah to give 10%. Now, if you don't do that, you're not allowed to eat from the cucumbers until you do that. It's called Maaser. You have to do that 10%, and then all the cucumbers are allowed to eat. Now, sometimes somebody brings you cucumbers. Today we don't have that mitzvah, only in Israel, yeah? Here in Canada we don't have that mitzvah, it's only in Israel. Something that grows in Israel. So, let's say you go to Israel, somebody gives you cucumbers. You say, 1 second, this cucumbers, somebody did maaser to this or not? Because if they didn't do maaser, I'm not allowed to eat from this. So usually in most of the stores in Israel, everybody do it. Yeah? But let's say you're not sure. This is something that somebody made in his house. You don't know, he did or didn't do. How can you know? Go ask him, right? The donkey of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair didn't need to ask. He looked at something and he knew already if it was me'usar or not. If somebody already took 10% of it or not. He had like a spiritual power, donkey. And when he saw something that is not me'usar, that they didn't give 10%, he didn't eat. Special donkey. So again, to the rule. If we are angels, if they are angels, we are human beings. And if we are, they are, the last generation is human beings, we are donkeys. This means, in the Torah, we consider the person, the generation that after, the last, it's called Yeridat Adorot, the last generation is less intellectual, means less smart, less spiritual, less powerful than the generation that was before. We always look at the generation that was before like more big, more have better character, has better knowledge, has everything better. Memory, everything. That's how the Torah looks at it. That's how it is. That's how we believe, says the rabbi to the Minister of Education. But he says, you know what's the problem? For you, it's the opposite. You believe that we came from the monkey. Now, if we look at the monkey, the first monkey was very primitive. The other one was a little bit better, and better, and better, and better, and then human beings. So every generation that's coming is better than the generation was before, because you are more close to the monkey. We are, says, every generation that is before, more close to Mount of Sinai. Mount of Sinai is the biggest people, and from there on, it just go less and less and less. This is what we believe, the Jews, Judaism. You believe that if you go back and back and back and back, you are more close to the monkey. You're more close to be primitive. So it's worse. You know why they respect us? Because we are more close to Mount Sinai. We are more smart than them. That's what they hold. That's what they think. We have more memory than them. We are better than them, and they want to be like us. So they respect us. But your son says, "Hey, my father is primitive. He's close to the monkey. I know computers. I know iPhones. He doesn't know nothing about that. So he thinks you are nothing. That's why he doesn't respect you. That's is in subconscious mind. That's what's working. So it depends. What you're gonna have kids. What are you gonna tell them? Somebody told me, why you don't have TV at home? I don't have TV. Baruch Hashem. I don't need TV. If I need something, I have a computer. Yeah. But TV, I don't have it on. You know why I don't have TV at home? I have a few reasons. One of the reasons, the living room where the TV is, this is the center of the house. Everybody's going to be agree. Center of the house is the living room. Now, the center of the center is the place where the TV is, right? By you putting a TV in the center of the house, what do you show to your kids? You know what's the center of my life? All my house, all my life. You know what's the thing? This. That's what he understands. He comes to the house. what's the most important place in the house? The living room. And what we're facing? The TV, Echal HaKodesh. The Sefer Torah. Right? That's what the kids understand in the subconscious mind. Now, what I did, I said, no, in my house it's not going to be like this. You know what I put in my living room? A whole big section of books. Very beautiful.
But
Some people even tell me,
the babies, they don't need the books. They need some entertainment.
By the way, I have two babies. They love the books.
Wow.
They take the books and they start to do like this. They very love the books. Trust me. But the baby understands that what's important for father is to be smart. That's what he understands in life. And then we'll complain, why our kids doesn't study well at a school? Why? You know why? Because you show them that TV is the best thing in life. If you would show them that books is the best thing in life, to be smart is the best thing in life, to work on your character is the best thing in life, and the books that you have there that makes you work on your character, so it would be different.
Now it's
this is the center of the house. That's what I think. Again, you can think whatever you want. That's what I think. But you see that the Minister of Education said, you won us. You're better than us in this thing. Why? Only because of that. They think we are from the monkeys. One time somebody told me, there was a kid, you know, when they grow, they have a lot of questions. Yeah? They start to ask you, Father, why the sky is blue? Why the water is blue? So I told him, the fish say blue, 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 so it's blue. Well, what can you tell him? Why the sea is blue? I don't know. Kadosh Baruch Hu said it was blue. Okay, so I start to ask you questions. So there was one kid came to his mother and asking her, Mom, tell me, how did we come to the world? How the people came to the world? So his mom came to him, like, you know, the mother is more sensitive, you know. She came to him, listen, my love, God created a person, his name was Adam, and then he created for him a wife, is Chavah, and from them there was the first people, and they multiplied. He didn't ask how, so it was okay. They multiplied. Okay. So then one time he was with his father. His mom went to challah baking. So he was with his father. And he asked his father, Father, tell me, how did people came to the world? So his father said, what do you mean? There was a chaydak,
Big Bang.
No, like a microbe. A germ. And from the germ, after millions of years, there was becoming a fish. And the fish, after billions of years, became a bird. And after billions of years, the bird became an animal. And the animal, after billions of years, became a monkey. And the monkey, after millions of years, slowly, you see the monkey is very similar to us. And slowly, after billions of years, a human being, a people. So he got confused. Mom says one. Father says second. So I went to his mom again and says, Mama, you told me that we came from Adam Chavah, and father told me that we came from the monkeys. So who's right? She says, no, you don't understand. His side came from the monkey. My side came from the Adam Chavah. So if you want to believe you came from there, you can believe Bechavod. Yeah. You want to believe you're from the monkey? Adrabah, believe. By the way, if we get to this concept, there is a midrash was written 2,000 years ago, even before the mom and the grandmother of Darwin thought about him. The midrash says that, of course, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made people in the world, and there was the flood, and then there was Migdal Bavel, the Tower of Babylon. This tower was it's a very deep Kabbalistic thing what was there. It's not just simple as we read in the Torah. And they used names to go against God because names has power. Maybe we're going to talk about it one time. They used the Hebrew language, which is the DNA of the world, to do stuff. You can create stuff from Hebrew, if you know the secrets of that. You can, so they started to create stuff and to talk to angels and to tell the angels to do stuff for them. And God was he didn't like it. And then what he decided to do, he decided to destroy. And how to destroy? He changed your language. Now there was one group of people at that Babylon tower that was very, very bad people. They were like against completely God. And God decided to give them a different punishment, not just to mix their language. He decided to make them monkeys. But not just monkeys, kofei Adam. Monkeys that are very similar to humans. That's what the Midrash 2,000 years ago. So Darwin comes and says, why does the monkey looks like the person? It has to be that we came from them. The Midrash tells you, no, you don't understand right. They came from us. There is such a thing, gorillas. And gorillas are very similar to people. Why? Because they were people. They did something, so they became monkeys. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did so. So you see, everything has an answer. You don't understand that? Don't try to make yourself theories and to say, why the monkeys are very similar to us because we came from them. No, go see in the Torah, the source of us. This is the source. And this is beautiful. How we can see every answer that we have to our questions inside the Torah. And Baruch Hashem, we were talking about that minister of education that understood that Kibud Orim, if you want to really, B'ezrat Hashem, each one of you should get married, who didn't get married, and then the only thing that you want your kids to be well. You want your kids to respect you. And this is the way. Only if you take them through the way of Torah, B'ezrat Hashem, you can do it. So if we go back to Pidyon Haben, we have to understand, first of all, a firstborn, if you have a brother or a sister that she's older than you, according to Halakha, you have to respect her like you respect your father and mother. According to Halakha. Why? Why? So first of all, Yafeh, he says the Midrash, it says, V'kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. The Torah never writes stuff just like this. You know, the diyo for the Torah is very expensive. Every letter there has a reason why. So, comes rabbis, Moshe Rabbeinu explains, and rabbis told us whatever Moshe Rabbeinu in Mount of Sinai explained, because he explained all the Torah. That's how we know all that stuff. That is not written. Oral Torah. So they say, why it's written, Kabed et avecha ve'et imecha? In English it's going to be, respect your father and your mother. In Hebrew you can say, Kabed avicha ve'imecha. You can say very short, respect mother and father. Why you have to say, respect your father and your mother? He says, et, your means to say that also your brother, your old brother or sister. Why is that? Two questions has same answer. One question the lady here asked. Somebody that his father through him didn't raise him. He doesn't know about him. And then he found out that this is his father. That he has to respect him. He's very mad at him. This father didn't do good stuff to him. Does he still has to respect this father? Torah says yes. Why? We're going to explain. Second thing, why do we have to respect our older brother? Why? Okay, so he's older. He had a mazal, how you say mazal? He had a luck to be older. That's why I have to respect him. I have to give him so what? Rabbis tell us that every energy that you get to your life, all the energy you get energy. You wake up in the morning. Where this energy comes from? Shefa. The blessing that you get every day to live, where it comes from? Comes from Hashem. Through what? Everything has pipes that goes through. He says that all the goods that you get it through your mother and father, to your older brother or sister, and then it comes to you.